Alaikum everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rihanna and welcome to Positivity with Ree. So I was talking earlier, I was just there today and then I had this thought. So today's topic is Islam and ethics. The reason why I chose this topic is that I've realized that the Quran has a lot of like rules that we have to follow. Like some part, like most part of the Quran is just telling us how to live our lives and why doing this is better than doing that. So it's going to be a series. I'm going to pick a verse from the Quran every day and then we're going to dissect it. As I always say, I'm not perfect. So if I make a mistake, feel free to correct me in the comment section or you can reach out to me on my social media. The name on my social media is Rihanna Hilson on all platforms. Um, so if this is something you'll be interested in or you're interested in, feel free to subscribe and keep your notifications on so that when I post, you're going to get the notifications. I'm going to be posting every Saturday morning, New York time, of course. I'm going to aim for 8 a.m., 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I'm not sure of the time yet because there's some Saturdays that I work and some Saturdays I don't work. So, but inshallah, the plan is to post every Saturday. So, yeah. So let's get straight into the video. So today's topic, we're focusing on the verse from Surah Al-Hujuraat, where Allah says, "O ye who believe, avoid suspicion, for surely suspicion in some cases is a sin, and do not spy nor backbite on one another." So I chose to start with this verse because there's a trend going on of people saying, "Oh, my instincts is always right. My intuition, it never lies to me. It's always 100%." And we're all victims of that. We tend to have an intuition. Our intuition saying like, "Oh, maybe this person is doing this, or this person is doing that," and then we now start suspecting the person of doing what our intuition is telling us. Now, sometimes we are right, but as the Quran says, and this is Allah speaking to us, in some cases it is a sin. you know so we've all been there before. And then there's also a hadith from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which was narrated by Abu Huraira, so which means authentic. And he says the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Beware of suspicion, for suspicion is the worst of false tales, and do not look for others' faults, and do not spy, and do not be jealous of one another. And O Allah's worshippers, be brothers, as Allah has ordered you." So you see how the Prophet ﷺ expatiates on this. He says, do not be suspicious, because when you start suspecting someone, you're going to start spying on the person. You're going to, yes, because for example, let's say you have a friend, right? You guys are really close, and then the friend gets distant. And then instead of asking the friend, like, what is going on? Did I do something wrong to you? What's going on? You start maybe having suspicion, like, maybe she has a new friend. Maybe she doesn't want to be my friend anymore. And then you start spying on her social media, trying to see, what's going on? Like, instead of just asking, like once you start having thoughts, bad thoughts about somebody, just ask the person and see what the person has to say. Sometimes it's not what you're thinking. What you're thinking is wrong. And if you think wrongly of a person and you start spying, you're going to end up backbiting. So you see, it's like a downtrend. The slope keeps going downhill. That's why Allah even warns us in the beginning, like, do not be suspicious. You can be suspicious, but even if you're being suspicious, don't like act on your suspicions. Ask questions. Try to like understand what is going on, or don't even act upon it at all. Like, just let things go as is, let things be as it is, and inshallah there won't be any problems, because there's been cases where suspicion has led people to lose important peoples in their lives. Marriages have broken because of suspicion. The husband starts suspecting that the wife is cheating on him, or the wife starts suspecting that the husband is cheating on her. You start looking, spying in their phones. See, you start suspecting somebody, you start spying on them, and then you start backbiting because then you're gonna start calling your friend. I think my, I think my wife is cheating on me. I think my husband is cheating on me. I think my friend is going around, like, I think my friend has a new friend now. I thought. And all this can be avoided by having a conversation. So today we are all guilty. We're all like, I'm guilty of that too. I've been there before, where you start having suspicions in your head, and then you act upon it, and then you realize that's not what it is, and you look stupid. Sorry to use that word, but that's what happens. You end up looking stupid. Like, oh, I wish I had just asked the question. Or you end up losing like an important person in your life, like an important friend in your life. Because we all need friends. We all need people, you know. See, and then the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam goes on in this hadith to say, do not look for others' faults. When you expatiate this hadith, he's trying to tell us to focus on the positivity, like positive side of people more. So let's say you have a friend and she's 99 good, but has like a 1% flaw. We all have flaws. Everyone has, no one is 100%. The Prophet ﷺ is telling us to focus on their positives. Even when you have a problem in life, they always tell you to focus on what's going right in your life and don't dwell too much on what's going wrong in your life. Because when you start focusing on something, it grows. So when you start focusing on the fault of people, it grows. You're going to end up cutting everybody off. And you're going to end up being alone. And we are human. We need community. We need each other. No man is an island. We keep saying this. I know we all like to be individualistic and we don't trust this person, we don't trust that person. There's bad people. There's bad people, that's true. But there's amazing people. And you're not going to find those amazing people if you keep focusing on their faults. So let's try to focus on people's positivity and ignore, well, not ignore their faults, but if the positive aspects of their life is more than their negatives, maybe you have a friend who is amazing, always comes through for you, but it's not good at checking up on you. That's who they are. Because remember, you can't change anybody. You can't even change yourself. So that's the second topic the second ethic, which is do not look for the faults of others. We already spoke about spying, suspecting somebody, which will lead to spying. And it says do not be jealous of one another. So we all have jealousy. I've come to realize we all have jealousy. We all have it, but it's how you you nurture that jealousy. So for example, let's say your little brother is doing so well, way better than you know, and then you start feeling jealous instead of letting that motivate you. Telling yourself, if my little brother can do this, why can't I do it? There's people who will take that as a form of motivation and do better. But then if you now start feeling jealous of your brother, you're going to end up trying to hurt your brother. You're going to end up hating your brother. Like what happened in Prophet Yusuf Ali, his story. He told his brothers this nice dream that he had. The brothers said, like, wait, why will our younger brother, why is he coming to be like the king of us? Why are we bowing to our younger brother? So you see, jealousy and arrogance works together because you start feeling jealous because you start thinking you deserve what the person has more than that person. And that's you trying to tell Allah that Allah is not just. Allah is just. He gives who he wants to give at what time he wants to give that person. So just because somebody has something that you want from Allah and he hasn't given it to you yet, doesn't mean he will not give it to you. And even if he never gives it to you, it means you're not supposed to have it. So that's what jealousy is. Jealousy is just you acting up on your inner thoughts, your wicked thoughts towards someone, thinking, oh, why does this person have this and I don't have this? Why does my friend have a house and I'm living in a rented apartment? Why does my friend have the latest? For all you know, your friend, let me just end it here. I could go on, go on, and go on and go on. And like I said, we all have jealousy in our hearts, but it's how you nurture that jealousy that will make it good or bad. So may Allah protect all of us from jealousy and take any form of jealousy or arrogance from our hearts. And then in the same hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says, and do not cut your relation with one another. Guys, this topic, let's skip. Okay, no, let me go back. So we need to understand one thing in this life. Allah has said He will test us. It's in the Quran. He said He will test us. Sometimes that test is your wife. Sometimes that test is your husband. Sometimes that test is your father or your mother or your brother or your sister. Guys, trust me, some people, their main issue in this life is their relative. Either their brother hates them, their sister hates them, their mom hates them, their father is jealous of their success, or it's there, it's happening. When you find yourself in that situation, let's say you have a relative who is just a thorn in your flesh, the Prophet ﷺ is saying, do not cut relations. It's hard. It's hard. It's the hardest thing. It's easy because if it's an outsider, it's easy to just say, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this person again. And you may never see that person again ever in your life. But if it's your brother, you guys are going to meet at a family function. If you're living in the same house, you're going to see each other every day. So learn how to live with them. Maybe keep a distance. Just keep a distance. Try to avoid them, but not cut relation entirely. Like you're never gonna speak to them again. Salam, salam here and there, but just limit it because it's so the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam goes on and says, do not hate on one another. Like I said, it's all part of the jealousy, hating somebody. Somebody did something bad to you. Instead of addressing it, you tend to hate the person or somebody. Let's avoid, because the more you hate someone, you start having evil thoughts towards the person, and then before you realize you're already acting on the evil thoughts, and it's a whole thing. That's what leads people to going to see like witch doctors. I hate this person. I want this person to die. I'm telling you, like hate is a strong emotion to have. I'm telling you, you're going to, and it ends up burning you, because trust me. For example, let's say I meet you on the road and you say hi to me, but I don't realize you said hi to me, and then you get angry and you start harboring this hate in your heart. She saw me. She didn't say hi to me. I said hi to her. She didn't say hi back. Who does she think she is? Who is this? Whole time, I didn't even realize what I did. I probably didn't even notice you. So I'm over there living my life and you're over there hating me. Who's hurting more? You. So learn to forgive. Let's all learn to forgive people. When they do something to us, we either address it or we let it go. And then the Prophet ﷺ ends this hadith by saying, and oh, Allah's worshippers, be brothers. So let's be brothers to everyone. Just because you're not from the same family, or you're not from the same race, or you're not from the same country, doesn't mean you're not brothers. We're all brothers. We all came from Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. So yeah. So this ends the first episode of Islam and Ethics. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to share to your friends, and may Allah rid our hearts of jealousy, hatred, envy, anger, any bad emotion. May Allah get rid of it from our hearts. I hope to see you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.